Last Thursday they showed off the weapon content and the weapon content team. These are the people responsible for all the weapons in Star Citizen. From the simple first-person weapons like knives, grenades, pistols, to rocket launchers, multi-tools and even up to ship weapons. This time the main focus was on first-person weapons. Some of the new weapons which we may encounter in the future. There were also some hints, bits and pieces of information we could observe throughout this video. Now, there were 4 main weapons they were focusing upon. The P8AR, which is a squadron exclusive at the moment, but they are intending to make a shorter civilian variant of it for Star Citizen. The reason it is exclusive, or will remain exclusive for now, for Squadron 42, is because it will remain one of the main weapons for that game. It is possible that somewhere in the far future it might be part of Star Citizen after Squadron 42 has been released, after it's been out for a while, but for time being it will remain exclusive to that game. So the second weapon they talked about was the Volt rifle, the Volt Parallax rifle, I believe. It's intended to be cheaply produced energy weapon. The weapon will shoot an electric energy beam. It starts out with some electromagnetic pulse as it appears, and then it just turns into a beam, which looks really cool. The idea with this weapon is for it to be viable for field repair, something that is easy to patch up, something that you can use and you don't really need to worry about it as far as some perhaps more expensive energy weapons may go. Now, seeing how it is, it possibly also has some limited range with its capabilities. Perhaps it will lose some power at the longer targets, or perhaps it will not be viable at all at long ranges. Next weapon, which is also a energy weapon, but this time instead of electric, it will have a laser-like beam. The weapon is Pyro SMG. This is a small handheld SMG. It kinda looks like it's the laser beam from your multi-tool. Kinda. This one also looks like it's made from scrap. It's, well, very basic. It's all patched up and made to look like something you would have combined together from different parts of salvage. And it's extremely close up. Perhaps you can try to shoot it from a distance, but we do not yet know its efficiency. And for last, we have the crossbow. Ultiflex or Ultraflex or something like that. The idea or the problem behind this weapon was that the bolts need to be or were intended to be reusable. Now, personally, if you crank up a crossbow like this and using it to fire against a hard surface, perhaps the arrow shouldn't always be recoverable. There were also some weapons they did not talk about, but we could see it in the background or the clips they were showing us. Now, most of these seem to be very custom made, very patched together from different parts, different pieces of scrap, and made into something that would work as a weapon by some scrapyard engineer. Perhaps not looking as smooth as most weapons, but definitely somewhat intimidating and distinguished. And I actually think this is a pretty darn decent idea to have some of these scrap weapons, or actually even quite a lot of them, available for areas like Pyro, where there might not be weapon vendors. It's just something that has been made to work from pieces of debris. But I would also like to see some really old weapons in some of these areas, like they can't get their hands on like the best high quality weapons, so instead they have weapons like Colt 1911s, Magnums, repeaters, M14s, something you would expect which engineering stays far behind a laser weapon. As interesting as these weapons are, it would have also been nice to discuss the possibility of different ammo, overcharging your weapons and things like that. But I guess we can make do with these new fancy crossbows, energy-based weapons and civilian variant of an AR. If you're interested in everything they showed off, I highly suggest watching the video. I will also leave a link down below. And as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.